This is a tour of the Parke Society home office here in Milwaukee. You are now down here in the basement level of our house with the room that's been dedicated essentially to the Parke Society. I'm looking here north to the north wall, and the computer to the left is actually my main computer from upstairs. I was using that here to try to see if I could get connection for Zoom, but I'm having connection issues. This is the basement level. The gateway is up on the third floor, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yesterday and today I haven't been able to connect. But this is the main counter. It goes across the wall, and I will move this way, move to the west, and I turn here, and this is the other part of the counter, and that is the main working computer for the work office computer here on this counter. So this is the nerve center. I back up here. There is my old desk, which I have had for eons. I love it. It needs to be done some work on it. I will not give it up. And then as I move here, move to the north, I will you'll see, I'll bring it around, and there is the Parke Society lineage binders. Basically that whole set of bookshelves is Parke Society. There's some other stuff in there, but for the most part it's Parke Society. And the binders that goes all the way across the wall, those are the actual lineage binders, and there are 65 of them, and they contain all the family group sheets for the Parkeses that we have in our system. The binders below, the ones, the slate-colored ones, there's 17 of them. Those contain your application papers and so forth, and the others are abstract files. So that's what all those are. So that's where all the binders are. When we used to run convocations, I used to bring those all with us. And I used to drive a pickup truck, and the pickup truck would be loaded with boxes with these binders. And only twice did we ever actually ship them, because the fear I always had was that somewhere along the line they were going to get lost. So basically we always took them personally, carried them. I'm going to now move to the east, and then we swing around here in the bookcase. And now we're looking at the west wall, and on the west wall is the 6 file cabinets that contain all of your files. Membership files contain anything and everything you've ever mailed to us or sent to us. Does not necessarily include copies of emails, which, that's another one of those issues. But that's the file cabinets that contain all the stuff. Yes, what you see on the top of the 3 shorter file cabinets is a Selectric 2 IBM typewriter. I got it when I came into the society in 1980, and it was used at that time, and boy, it just keeps chugging along. I have a place I take it to be serviced every couple of years, but it keeps chugging along. The nice thing about the Selectric typewriter was they had removable type heads. And I have about 20 of them that have different fonts and different sizes, because I happen to be a priest and sometimes I need to use Greek or Hebrew. I have type heads for Greek and Hebrew too. I'm not sure they can even be gotten these days. So there is that, and I walk again back to the south, and then we're looking again at the main counter. So this is the Parke Society work office, headquarters, home office, whatever one wants to call it. Concerning that sculpture there on the wall, it's something that I'm really kind of happy that I have. I used to work for a company known as Unicare Services, Inc., It was a part of the enterprises of Joseph Zilber, who was a developer and so forth. And he had this other entity, Unicare, which had a number of divisions. One of the divisions was known as Elaine Powers Figure Salons, a women's salon type of thing for figure control, whatever you want to call it. And at one point, when they had moved their offices, I got moved into their old office suite. I was the paymaster and tax manager for Unicare, and this was one of the things that was on the wall in that office suite. And when they decided to remodel the office suite, they were just going to toss this out. Well, I rescued it from the refuse bin, and I decided this would make a nice piece to put on the wall here. And it really is quite nice, and it's very unique. So I'm quite proud of it, and I think it does a nice job for making this office look something more than just a bare room. So there it is. That's that's a tour of the Parke Society head office. This office had been in disarray for a number of 3 years, because we had to have the water leader, the lateral, replaced. It was lead, it had cracked, and we had to have it replaced with copper. And in doing it, they had to dig up the basement here, because the water lateral came into this side of the building. And so I had to pull this place all apart and proceed to have them crack the floor and open up a big hole and so forth. And after they got done, and we had to do some more diddling with the plumbing, it just didn't move from A to B until this past season, this past summer and fall. And so I'm quite proud that it's back together. It's nice, it's workable, it's a nice area. So there we are. So thank you very much for that little opportunity for you to see the Parke Society office. Bye.